Broadcasting, the industry standard for boxing media relations and play-by-play broadcasting. Also, check out www.abramsboxing.com, Abrams Boxing on YouTube, as well as M. Abrams Boxing on Twitter and Marc Abrams Boxing on Instagram. Hello, boxing fans. Welcome to another edition of the Abrams Boxing Show. I am Marc Abrams. We have a loaded show for you. Just back from Las Vegas, saw Gervonta Davis score the 7th round stoppage over Ryan Garcia. Just a tremendous week of camaraderie, talking to a lot of the boxing insiders, the fans. A lot of fighters were walking around the MGM Grand for the week. So we got a lot of intel, and we'll be sharing stuff with you over the next few weeks. This week, I got Billy Hutchinson, who's going to be fighting Adrian Broner on June the 9th, as well as the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Charles Martin. I had a chance to catch up with. Got a lot of content that we're going to be displaying on the show over the next couple of weeks. Saturday night in Las Vegas, as we said, Ryan Garcia took on Gervonta Davis in what was the most anticipated fight of the year. That saw Davis score a 7th round stoppage over Garcia. Davis now 29-0, 27 knockouts. Garcia now 23-1 with 19 knockouts. Good fight. Garcia came out, won the first round, was having a real good second round until he got caught with a blistering counter straight left hand that put him on the seat of his pants. Very hard knockdown. Did well to get up for it. Davis took control rounds 3, 4, and 5. Garcia got back in the fight round 6, had a really good round 6, and was starting to do some things in round 7 until he got caught with that body punch, took 2 steps back, gave that kind of grin kind of face, took the knee for the 10 count. Fight over. Gervonta Davis goes to 29-0, 27 knockouts. Not ready to call Davis the face of boxing. I kind of don't like that term, as there are a lot of faces of boxing. Tyson Fury and Canelo Alvarez. Anthony Joshua is still drawing well. And I don't even like calling them, because there's a lot of good fighters out there. We're going to be watching fights over the next few weeks. None of those guys are going to be in any of those fights, with the exception of Canelo next weekend. And, there's just a lot of real good fighters have a chance to take that next step up where Gervonta Davis is right now. Time was 1:44 of round 7. In the co-feature, WBA regular super middleweight champion David Morrell went to 9-0 with 8 knockouts. First round destruction over Yamaguchi Falcao. An explosive knockout, scary knockout. Falcao was down for a few minutes after the knockout. Morrell is just a very interesting fighter. He's very good. I mean, he's really good, David Morrell, and he keeps impressing more and more each time. Called out for the fight with David Benavidez. That's a fight I would love to see. I don't know if now is the right time for it, as a fight needs time to steal Bob Abrams' term, marinate a little bit on the Morrell side, as he has just 9 professional fights, but he is really good. I mean, so that's going to be a big fight when it happens. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 fights. It might be next. Who knows when it's going to happen? But I want to be there when that fight happens. In the second bout of the evening, Bektemir Melikuziev went to 12-1 as he got even with Gabriel Rosado. He avenged his knockout defeat to Rosado a couple years back. Scored a 10-round unanimous decision. A very lackluster, uninspiring fight from either guy. Rosado called it a career after the fight on Saturday night. He finishes up with a record of 26-17-1 with 16 knockouts. But Bektemir Melikuziev kind of righted himself a little bit back on the trail in the super middleweight division. In the opening bout, 19-year-old middleweight Elijah Garcia went to 15-0 as he scored a hard-fought and, sometimes difficult 10-round unanimous decision over Kevin Salgado. Salgado now 15-2-1. Wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing performance for Garcia, especially compared to his last fight with Vidal, where he scored that terrific hard knockout did Elijah Garcia, but he stays undefeated and still one to watch in the middleweight division. Saturday afternoon in Wales, and by the way, we'll have some more interviews and fallout. Just tune into Abrams Boxing on YouTube and follow me on my new Twitter page at Abrams_boxing. Some reason I got thrown off of Twitter. I have no idea. Elon Musk must have had tricky, like an itchy trigger finger a couple weeks back, so I had to make a new account. Former world champion Joe Cordina went to 16-0 with 9 knockouts as he regained the IBF super featherweight title that was stripped from him a little while back with a 12-round split decision over Shavkajan Ramakov. That fight took place in Cardiff, Wales. Ramakov now 17-1-1, 14 knockouts. Scores were 115-112, 114-113 for Cordina, 116-111 for Ramakov. Second round knockdown was the difference on at least one of the cards for Joe Cordina, who's now a player in the 130-pound division. Saturday afternoon, the WBC Bridgerweight title, the vacant title, was filled by Lucas Rozansky as he scored a first-round destruction over Alan Babbage in a battle of undefeated Bridgerweights. Rozansky now 15-0, 14 knockouts. Babbage, who we've seen a lot on those matchroom shows from England, now 11-1 with 10 knockouts. Time was 2:10. Babbage complained about the stoppage, but he was out. He was outclassed in this fight. Super welterweight Angel Ruiz ended the career of 41-year-old former world champion Luis Collazo with a 6-round stoppage Wednesday night in Plant City, Florida. Ruiz now 18-2-1 with 13 knockouts. Collazo finishes up his storied career 39-9, 20 knockouts. Former welterweight world champion Luis Collazo, good guy too, good dude, Luis Collazo. Friday night in Ontario, California, George Acosta went to 15-1 as he scored a 8-round unanimous decision over Cesar Villarraga, 10-7-1. That headlined a Thompson Boxing show on their YouTube channel at the Doubletree Hotel. Scores were 80-72 twice and 78-74 for George Acosta. This week, obviously, a little bit of a come down from last week's activities in Las Vegas. I guess the biggest fight this week will pit William Zepeda, 27-0, 23 knockouts. He'll take on former world title challenger Jaime Arboleda, 19-2, 14 knockouts. That will take place at the College Park Center at the University of Texas at Arlington and streamed worldwide on DAZN. Thursday night in New York City, two-time Mongolian Olympian Tasenda Batir Endenbrat, who was a sparring partner with Ryan Garcia, and it was evident that he hurt Garcia in training with body shots. Endenbrat 5-0, 3 knockouts. He will take on Edie Valencia Mercado, 29-6, 7 knockouts. That will headline the DAZN card from the Sony Hall right in Times Square, New York City. Brian Sabayo will be as part of the card as well. Saturday night in Miami, live on BXNG TV, undefeated welterweight Hugo Noriega, 6-0, 4 knockouts of Cuba, will take part in his first 10-round bout, the Miccosukee Indian Gaming Resort in Miami, as he will take on Jean Rivera Pacheco, 8-1, 1 KO of Puerto Rico. That will be live on BXNG TV. And Thursday night on BXNG TV, we will have a fight from Arlington, Texas, a good 8-fight card. King's Promotions. I'll be behind the microphone for that one. And Thursday night, this coming Tuesday night, May the 2nd, in Philadelphia, Joey DeWaco takes on Colby Madison. That'll be live on BXNG TV and also on a free stream, which if you go on Abrams Boxing on YouTube, 15rounds.com, and at Abrams_boxing on Twitter, I'll be giving the details for a show in Nashville, Tennessee, where I will be broadcasting with the former NFL defensive tackle, All-Pro Albert Hainsworth. Couple news items this week. The rematch between Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr. will take place on June the 17th at the AO Arena in Manchester, England. Smith knocked out Eubank in the 4th round of their fight. in January, so the mandated rematch clause is in effect. In a good co-feature bout, the undisputed super middleweight champion Franchon Cruz-Dezurn takes on recent world title challenger, recent world champion Savannah Marshall for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. So good card. Look for the TV outlet in the United States to be known about shortly. WBA super lightweight champion Albert Puello reportedly failed a VADA drug test and is out of his May 13th fight against Rolando Romero on Showtime, May 13th in Las Vegas. Looks like Romero will take on possibly Ismael Barroso for the vacant world title. On May the 6th, ITR Boxing presents Saturday Night Fights. It's actually ITK Boxing. The ABF Intercontinental Lightweight Championship will pit Roger Hillary against Oscar Bravo. So those fights coming, and next week we'll also preview Canelo Alvarez. Like I said, while I was in Las Vegas, I had a chance to talk to a whole bunch of people. And one thing I omitted purposely in the news was the announcement of a June 9th fight between Adrian Broner taking on Billy Hutchinson live on pay-per-view from Miami. They had a big press conference. Everyone was excited. Broner was going to be there. Broner never showed up. But one guy who did show up was his opponent, Billy Hutchinson. I had a chance to talk to him, and this is how it's with Billy Hutchinson, who on June the 9th gets a tremendous opportunity career. Here with Billy Hutchinson, who on June the 9th gets a tremendous opportunity, career-changing opportunity, takes on Adrian Broner live in Miami, live on pay-per-view. Billy, what's happening?
How you doing today? You mentioned something correct, a career-changing opportunity, because the reality is that after June 9th, everybody's going to know exactly who I am, and my career will forever be changed.
Talk about the process. You got the call. What went through your mind? Something unexpected that came out of the air?
No. As soon as I seen that Adrian Broner signed with Don King, some of my coaches and promoters have worked with Don King before. So as soon as I saw that, I texted into the group and I said, let's make this happen. It's the fight I wanted. It's the fight I know that I'm going to win. So I instantly started trying to put things in motion to make that happen.
Some people have said, and based on some performances, we've seen the best of Adrian Broner. Is that the way you feel?
Yeah, I think his best days are behind him. I think at this point he's on the back nine of his career, and he's running into a guy now who's ready, hungry, and willing to take the fight to him and win this fight.
It's ironic. I'm wearing a Rocky T-shirt. Is this the Billy Hutchinson Rocky story on June the 9th?
Yeah, I think so, and mostly just because people don't understand who I am yet. But make no mistake, June 9th they'll know exactly who I am.
With a win over Adrian Broner, you said career changing. Is that you automatically become a big player in the 100?
This happened. It's the fight I wanted. It's the fight I know that I'm going to win. So I instantly started trying to put things in motion to make that happen.
Some people have said, and based on some performances, we've seen the best of Adrian Broner. Is that the way you feel?
Yeah, I think his best days are behind him. I think at this point he's on the back nine of his career, and he's running into a guy now who's ready, hungry, and willing to take the fight to him and win this fight.
It's ironic. I'm wearing a Rocky T-shirt. Is this the Billy Hutchinson Rocky story on June the 9th?
Yeah, I think so, and mostly just because people don't understand who I am yet. But make no mistake, June 9th they'll know exactly who I am.
With a win over Adrian Broner, you said career changing. Is that you automatically become a big player in the 140, 147 pound division?
Yeah, I automatically become a big player in the 140 and 135 pound division. I'm a 135 pound fighter, but we know that Adrian doesn't want to make weight, so he wanted this fight at 147, and we took it because that's a non-issue for us.
Pittsburgh against Cincinnati, football rivals, now taking it into the ring. Does it mean a little bit extra? Obviously there's that Pittsburgh. Here with Billy Hutchinson, who on June the 9th gets a tremendous opportunity, career-changing opportunity, takes on Adrian Broner live in Miami, live on pay-per-view. Billy, what's happening?
How you doing today? You mentioned something correct, a career-changing opportunity, because the reality is that after June 9th, everybody's going to know exactly who I am, and my career will forever be changed.
Talk about the process. You got the call. What went through your mind? Something unexpected that came out of the air?
No, as soon as I seen that Adrian Broner signed with Don King, some of my coaches and promoters have worked with Don King before. So as soon as I saw that, I texted into the group and I said, let's make this happen. It's the fight I wanted. It's the fight I know that I'm going to win. So I instantly started trying to put things in motion to make that happen.
Some people have said, and based on some performances, we've seen the best of Adrian Broner. Is that the way you feel?
Yeah, I think his best days are behind him. I think at this point he's on the back nine of his career, and he's running into a guy now who's ready, hungry, and willing to take the fight to him and win this fight.
It's ironic. I'm wearing a Rocky T-shirt. Is this the Billy Hutchinson Rocky story on June the 9th?
Yeah, I think so, and mostly just because people don't understand who I am yet. But make no mistake, June 9th they'll know exactly who I am.
With a win over Adrian Broner, you said career changing. Is that do you automatically become a big player in the 140, 147 pound division?
Yeah, I automatically become a big player in the 140 and 135 pound division. I'm a 135 pound fighter, but we know that Adrian doesn't want to make weight, so he wanted this fight at 147, and we took it because that's a non-issue for us.
Pittsburgh against Cincinnati, football rivals, now taking it into the ring. Does it mean a little bit extra? Obviously there's the Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Ohio, I guess what they call it, the Rust Belt area. Is that a little bit, giving a little bit more oomph that he's kind of like a rival in terms of location?
Yeah, I think it's convenient for the fans. Obviously the football rivalries and being close in proximity to each other. I think it's something to get the people going and get people invested in the fight, and it's all good. Is he a guy,
when I know he's been living a lot in other places, is he a guy that you've seen maybe around the local boxing circuit, or when you guys were younger?
No, I haven't. We never were around the same circuits or anything like that. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh and living in Naples, Florida now, so we've missed each other's paths.
So you looks like you'll have a contingent of people down there, being that you've been down in Florida. You probably acquired some fans since you've been living down there. They'll probably make the trip down to Miami.
Absolutely. There's going to be a whole lot of people traveling in for the fight from Pittsburgh and then making the short commute from Naples and Fort Myers and the Marco Island area. So
beautiful area down.
Yeah, it is. It's there's worse place I could be training.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you on June the 9th live in Miami?
Just to stay tuned and make sure that you're there or watching June 9th, because we're going to put everybody in for a big surprise.
Well, if you're looking for a true Rocky story, we may see it June the 9th. Bill, thank you for a few minutes. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Here with the former heavyweight champ of the world, Prince Charles Martin. You never know who you're going to run into here at the Top Rank Gym. You got.
I love this gym, man. It's a good environment, good people, and it's all work, no play.
So you've been. We haven't seen you for a minute. When are we going to see you back in the ring?
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and pray that it's June 17th. It was supposed to be this Saturday, but some things got in the way and we couldn't make it.
You were going to fight the Hovanesian guy, correct?
Yes. Correct.
And I guess he got hurt.
Yes. Speedy recovery to him. Hope he's back in the gym doing his thing.
Is that the possible June 17th opponent, or is there something else? And obviously I know he's an undefeated prospect. I know they were trying to move. Is it going to be a fight like that against a name guy, or just to get back in the ring?
I think it's still going to be him. Okay. Yeah, it's still going to be Hrgovic. I mean, not Hrgovic, but Gergen.
He only has a few fights. You're a former heavyweight champion of the world. I don't want to ask you. Do you feel is that motivating, insulting that they'll put a guy who, he's a big amateur but a relatively inexperienced pro?
Yeah, it's I don't look at it anyway, because I'm just blessed to still be here and still be able to do my thing. Because things go hand in hand. The balance. You got me with the age, and you got him. He's young, so he may be a little more inexperienced, but he has the youth. We both have an advantage. So I think it's a fair fight. And also, what was I going to say before I did that?
I asked, he only has a few fights. You have 30. You're a heavyweight champion of the world, the whole 9 yards. You want to be linked to fights with bigger names, I would imagine.
Yeah, but at this point, it's like a star-driven sport. So these guys, these bigger name guys, you know, they have options. That's the only thing that kills. They have options, and they're not looking my way. Low reward, high risk.
The fight, I guess the Ortiz fight, you still kick yourself a little bit for it because you did a hell of a job in the first 4 or 5 rounds fight, winning the fight easily, and that's a fight. If you would have beaten Ortiz, you would have been, you know, back in the mix for some of these guys. I don't kick myself about it because I know I wasn't living the lifestyle. You know, I can honestly just move forward and look onward and upward from here, because this is a new Charles. You know, this is a Charles that really is in the gym, really training, really not just saying that, you know, just to get a fight, you know, not just jumping into somebody's gym and starting to spar and do everything I got to do, strength training and stuff 2 months before a fight. You know what I mean? I've been going all year, so since last year, nonstop. So as if I had a fight. Boxing, such a mental sport. You take out, you know, I was boxing the hell out of this Ortiz for 5 rounds. Do you take that positive, even though it was a while ago, you take that positive, the skills are still there, the championship level's still there?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's all I did. It changed me because of the way I lost, and that said, boy, if you don't fucking get on your shit, either you do this for real, or you get out of the sport. I had to talk with myself, and I told myself, either you're gonna do this shit 100%, like you never did before, or get the fuck out of the sport. Even my diet is 100%. You know, I don't eat no bullshit. You know, no processed, no sugar, no oils, no bad oil. You know, just you got to stay on point with that, and it pushes me through the week easier. You know what I mean?
The obvious thing, especially you being linked with Premier Boxing Champions, is you know, if Tyson Fury is going to be doing his stuff and Usyk has his obligations. There's a big fish at the end of the PBC rainbow, and his name's Deontay Wilder. Is that kind of like the goal?
Yeah, man, that definitely, like, I don't understand, like I said, the star-driven sport and the people have options. That's why, you know, we don't get these fights. Like, 2 American former world champions definitely should have, if not been fought, should be working on up to a fight. You know, there shouldn't be no reason why we both should retire and never meet each other in the ring. Period.
So you feel you have to look explosive. Whoever's standing in front of you on June 17th, you need to look explosive?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them, man, because it's all this hard work, man. You know, and one thing about it, I don't want to leave anything, you know, outside of the ring. I want to leave it all in when I retire and not be that guy that wants to come back at 45 because I left something, you know.
Since we're on the screen, we have to say hello to your manager, Mike Borreo.
Hey, what's up, man? I hope he's getting better and stuff like that. He just got sick and stuff, so he's getting over that. Yeah.
Good man, Mike Borreo. What do you want to say to the fans in closing?
Just stay tuned, guys. I'm coming June 17. Check this out. New me, new way.
Once a champion, always a champion. Prince Charles Martin.
It's always been there. I done unlocked it and opened it back up.
Well, no, actually, one more question I was thinking. Because of, you know, you were champion, suffered some losses. You fight. You feel a little bit desperate, backs against the wall, that you need to win these fights.
It's no pressure, but I do understand that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know that there's no more losses. The way I train, the way I do, the way I work right now, is for no losses. You don't fucking go in here half-stepping. No losses. No more L's until I retire. I won't take another L until I fucking hang those gloves up. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to put any kind of pressure on myself. So I know how to, you know, I use a sports psychologist and stuff like that. So, you know, mentally I'm there. Physically I'm there.
Well, we'll see you June 17th. Looking forward for a big knockout, Charles.
Man, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, man.